Vincent. I'm Vincent. Oh, I'm invincible.
You would judge our entire species on a single breathing.
This food is so fucking good, Lois.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Hey, I wanted to have this out the day I uploaded my first video, but time slipped away from me. I was honestly thinking a couple days ago I still had a few weeks left, and then I was like, oh, February. That meant I'd well missed the mark, but here I am now, 1 year and 1 week into YouTube, or maybe longer, depending on how long it takes me to actually make this video. And it's only kind of 1 year, because I have tried other channels in the past on this same channel, and they've been pretty aimless. This is my most realised attempt. Without further ado, this is my YouTube experience. This video is going to be very different. It's literally just a story, so no avatar, probably no images or clips, probably just gameplay in the background, so if you were here for my masterful editing, come back next time. I know my editing sucks. So, back in the day, I was like 12 and would just post random stuff. Like, I'd literally just take a screenshot of Pokemon Go, make it a 10-second long video, put some random song over it, and then upload it. And I didn't understand why it wouldn't immediately blow up, so I would put like 10 subscribe images on it and then re-upload it, so both videos existed. This literally went on for like 2 years, and most of my subscribers were people I knew, and it was really embarrassing when I realized how awful this was. And it's honestly surprising YouTube didn't just shoot me on the spot for uploading the same content over and over, because apparently that's something they do. Maybe they recognized I was stupid. When my first video ever hit 50 views, I was so excited. I was on top of the world. I was immortal. I was just throwing whatever I could at the wall and seeing if it would stick. Which is kind of what I'm doing now, but I feel like I know a bit more what I'm doing now.
Look! A shooting star! Bronco, you're changing!
After I realized how weird I was, I tried to become a speed paint channel, but my art sucked. So I was basically getting the same performance. So that era was very short-lived. Eventually I segued into making animations, and speed paints and animations were kind of going at the same time. But then I realized, even though my art still sucked, I could kind of make things move. And I was getting a tiny bit of attention, nothing that would be mainstream. I mean, even now I'm not mainstream. But, you know, I made it to like 750 subs. My highest viewed video had like 7,000 views, and I was pretty proud of that at the time. But eventually I decided to completely give up because I realized how bad my videos actually were. Again, this seems to be a trend. Can't wait for it to happen this time. But yeah, kinda hurt to give up, even though my longest video was like 30 seconds long, so even with the amount of views they had, it wasn't really losing much.
I wear too much makeup, too little clothing, and have too much attitude. I'm Cleopatra, and I'm so done with this shit.
Now we find ourselves a year and a week ago. I had just finished watching season 2 of the Clone High revival, and I needed to spread the word that it was surprisingly good, because all I could see was hate. I had originally set up a second channel as I thought using a channel with 750 subs was cheating, but after a day of the upload it only had like 2 views, and I was like, well, that's embarrassing. So I started to tweak, deleted the video and uploaded it to this channel. It was all a spur of the moment thing, and I ran off to go watch Madam Web. After the movie I come home and see it has 500 views, and I'm like, oh, probably a good idea to have taken it off the other channel. This video specifically is constantly getting views, even to this day. I mean, to this day it really only gets like 7 views a day, but still good, because most of my other videos die. I mean, my second video, that blew up pretty quick. It seemed like it was going faster than Clone High, but then eventually it died, and now it's getting like a view a week. There was a short period where it revived itself and was getting like 100 views a day, and I was like, oh my god, that's so good, that's so good. And they must have picked up my feelings, because it died again like after a week. The rest of my videos have no consistency. It's really just if YouTube decides to push it, it's going to get something between like 500 views and 7,000 views. And it really only is pushed for a day, so whatever it gets in that first day is what it's going to be on forever, and then it gets like a view a week. The only consistent part is that they die after a day or two. Interactions with the videos are the least consistent thing I've ever seen. Unless you've got fans, you don't really get guaranteed likes or comments. It's crazy. The first 2 videos, they're interactions galore. Anything after that, it's anyone's guess. I could get like 500 views and randomly get 4 comments on that video. Meanwhile, something gets like 5,000 views and 2 comments, and I'm like, how does that happen? And I think to myself, it either looks shady or like my videos aren't good. I've talked to other creators and they seem to have similar experiences unless they've built their base. The algorithm in general just feels random to me. I've been told it was updated and recognizes quality or the consistency of your uploads, and that's based around how many views you're gonna get. Yet I can upload a video and in like 10 hours it gets 10 views. I realize I stuffed something up like the aspect ratio, so I delete it, re-upload it with the fixed ratio, and boom, in an hour I've got double the views it originally got. Unless the aspect ratio is considered quality, or deleting and re-uploading is consistently uploading, I don't see why the second upload gets more views when it's the same video with like 1 tweak. Despite how randomly it seems to decide to push videos, I will say the title and thumbnail are detrimental. Sometimes I get videos where like every 100 impressions equals 1 view, but then a bad title and thumbnail, it's every 1,000 impressions gets 1 view. I do think later in the day it sometimes comes down to how long it takes YouTube to update, since like in the first few hours I probably got like 10 views and then it decides to blow up and I'm at 500 out of nowhere. Which I am still getting views, but eventually the video is still being pushed and it starts to die off. And then I decide to search my video to see if I can figure anything out. And when I search it, it still says it only has 10 views. And I'm like, I wonder if people don't click it because it only says it has 10 views. And then because it's not getting views anymore, YouTube stops pushing it. And then I search it again and it has its 500 views. And I'm like, oh, would have been nice if you kept pushing it and people may have seen that and clicked. I mean, I think that's how my Clone High video stayed alive. It's consistently getting its 7 views, so it's going to keep getting those 7 views. I mean, if it was more popular, it would probably stay more popular, because I think that's how it works. YouTube in general just feels so interesting. Everyone talks about knowing how to play the game, but sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, some videos just aren't going to make it off the ground. Like my Chucky Season 3 review. That's gotten like 800 impressions total, and that's mostly from people searching Chucky and probably not clicking on the video. I had considered just deleting it and re-uploading it to see if YouTube decided to push it, but that would just feel dirty because there was nothing wrong with the video. Other than my first 2 videos, it's probably my highest quality video, and I'm like, what the hell? I put so much work in and now you're not even gonna push it. Other than a couple hiccups here or there, YouTube has been a great experience and I'm probably gonna continue doing it. But who knows, I might wake up tomorrow, realize every video of mine is complete garbage, delete it, and then start a cooking channel, fully realizing my potential once again. But with that, that's a short recap of my year on YouTube. Sorry this video is so different, I'm trying to think of what to make, but it's not always incredibly easy. Hope to see you all in the next one, which is hopefully not my 1 year and a month into YouTube. But yeah, any video ideas, maybe shoot them in the comments and it'll give me an idea and maybe you something to watch. A bit beggy of me, but it might work.